Here we are back on the stage at the Chevrolet booth, SEMA 2012. I'm Alan Taylor. I get to do the radio show for Motor Trend magazine for almost 20 years now, having fun every inch of the way, working with guys like John Fitzpatrick. How you doing, man?
Alan, it's great to see you.
Marketing manager, GM Performance Cars, Chevrolet Performance Cars.
I got a promotion out of that.
yeah, well, there you go. What's it like with that job, man?
You know, it's a very great job because I get to interact with so many customers. You're like a protector of a brand, and you're a protector of a legacy, really. And you think of everybody that came before you and all the customers that want to interact with you. It's really at times a heady job.
So, I mean, you know, I think about my job. I get to deal with all the guys like you and all the car makers. And I always think to myself, if I had another job, it would be a job like this, because you're interacting with the people that sell your product. Mm-hmm. You're interacting with guys like me that are writing about or talking about the product. And so you really are helping to mold the consumer's impression of your brand. It's an important job.
You are, but then the flip side of that is you get to experience their love for the car. I mean, it's amazing how many times you go out to a Corvette or a Camaro event and they just want to touch you because you're part of the brand. And it's a humbling experience, at least for me.
I don't want to touch you. I want to touch the car. Let's talk about the features on the ZL1. Tell me about it.
Well, you know, the ZL1 we brought out last year, and it's been just a home run. You know, 586 horsepower, the car with this supercharged LSA engine, combined with more than just the power, it's really the drive experience with the magnetic ride control and the performance traction management we have in that car.
That's huge. That magnetic ride control is huge.
Well, you know, it allows the car to react to the road condition.
In nanoseconds.
Exactly.
I mean, when I try to explain this magnetic ride control and how it works, because, you know, I mean, when you do a little bit of research and you look at it, you go, that is rocket science.
Yes.
And that's what it takes to be able to deliver the performance of the ZL1.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you look at it, it's fluid, and it's, you know, just regular old fluid.
Right.
In less than a millisecond, the thing will harden to a shock and then take any bumps or crevices you can run through.
I mean, it is truly, to me, for the automotive experience, that may be one of the top 5 technologies that I don't know that it can be beat. Could you ever see that being beat?
Well, in
today's world?
Not only beat, but you look at the cars it's usually on, like Ferraris and things like that, and you get it right on a little Camaro ZL1, as well as a Corvette.
Right. I mean, I'm surprised they put it on the Camaro, because I don't know what it costs to make that, but it's got to be expensive, right?
It's not a cheap date.
Exactly. ZL1. First of all, you know, how are the sales going on that?
Great. The car goes in, goes out. Everybody's thrilled with it. We got, you know, many orders stacked up waiting for customers to get in line and get theirs. So we're absolutely thrilled.
You read the Buff books, Motor Trend and Hot Rod, and, you know, I know my brothers over there love the heck out of it. I haven't been behind the wheel of one yet because they always get first pick. But I know that, you know, these are game changers when you do this. What's the future of the ZL1?
Well, I think, you know,
is it going to continue on?
Well, you know, we're going to at least do it for the next couple model years. You know, we're very excited about the car. It's one of those things that, you know, really gives us a competitive advantage. You know, you take it up against, you know, some of those cars from across the hall here, and you know, it just gives you a whole different dynamic. It's more than just going 0 to 60 or, you know, how fast you can do a quarter mile. It's also handling the car and stopping the car, and those are very important parts of the whole ZL1 experience.
You know, it's funny, you talk about the other manufacturers, and I guess every time somebody raises that bar again, it makes you guys, all of us, have to push harder, work harder to make it better. When we think we got the best we can have, it can get better. And I know you guys are going to keep working on it, because I'm still amazed at what's sitting on the carpet right here. Mm-hmm. But I already know that it's going to continue through the history of the, you know, you guys have got 100 years under your belt. It's going to just keep going up.
Definitely. And you've seen that, you know, ever since, like, for example, the Camaro, you know, when we came to market, that made the competitors raise their game a little bit.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the people who really get the benefit is the customers out here.
Yep, absolutely. Tell me about the 1LE.
The 1LE is really it's a special package that we offer. It's something that goes back to the 4th generation Camaro. We were looking for a package at the time that would do really well in different road racing circuits, SCCA and things like that. And we developed this secret little package at the time. The only way you could get it was great. To get the 1LE, you had to order air conditioned delete and a specific suspension, and then you get the 1LE package. And so we don't make it as secretive now. You can walk in the dealership and get a 1LE, and it's a great suspension package, but it's a little bit more than that. You get the ZL1 wheels, you get a black wrap hood. So we're not as stealthy as we were back in the 4th generation. We give you a car that's a little different from the regular SS's, but it's something that, if you're into road racing and that kind of performance, the 1LE package is for you.
Now, sitting right across, and I've been looking at it for days, the Hot Wheels 2013 and the beautiful 67 seems to be, I know you have it on the point, seems to be just stealing the show. That's just got to make you smile.
Well, you remember last year at that same point, we had that great green over chrome.
But that was only concept.
That was concept. And, although you would love to have done it, you just can't paint a chrome color in the factory. So we went back to the drawing board a little bit and tried to determine, well, what would stand out, and I think we picked the right color, that kinetic blue, medium blue color. It really just makes that car pop. It makes the lines pop on the car, and, I think it's only natural that we follow that concept up with a great production model.
To me, I've always loved Marina Blue, and I actually have a El Camino that I'm getting ready to paint Marina Blue, and when I saw that, I go, up! Hold the presses. Found myself a new color. Love it. So yeah. I'm going to have to talk to you about that color right there.
No problem.
Let's talk about Camaro and the future. Give us a little crystal ball look into the future for Camaro. What do you see?
Well, I think we're going to try to continue to do what we've always done, and that is evolve the car. I mean, I remember 4 years ago, I was here, my first SEMA. I was just named marketing manager of the Camaro, and we had one of the 2 concepts out here at the time, and you look at that car that we brought here 4 years ago, and the car we brought now, you can just see the evolution. The MyLink radio we now have in there, the navigation. Everybody was like, "When are you going to get nav? When are you going to get nav?" Well, we got it. The different performance enhancements like the ZL1 and the 1LE package. Those are all part of the
Copo.
And of course the Copo. Those are all responses we're getting back from customers, and we're always listening to their feedback and seeing what we can do to move the car a little bit further ahead. And I think as we go along, you're going to keep seeing that, moving the car a little bit further.
It's interesting, as you feed the beast, it gets stronger, and that beast is the consumers, and you're feeding them with performance cars, and that movement is getting stronger, is it not?
It is, and we've been very blessed with the Camaro that we've been a sales leader for almost day one since we brought it out. We can continue to lead, and I think it's because we're responding to that beast, and we want to we want to make it happy.
Yeah, well, it's a happy beast, exactly.
It is a happy beast.
John Fitzpatrick. Well, there you go. He is the marketing manager for these performance cars here at Chevrolet, and I'm proud to call him my friend. And you know what? These guys here, and the men and women of General Motors and Chevrolet, you guys just have to be proud for your 101st year. And it looks like everything's going very well. And we're going to bring more to you right here on the Chevrolet stage at SEMA. I'm Alan Taylor. Don't go anywhere.